What's going on, guys? Because of the whole virus, I'm gonna try to continue doing videos, attempt to actually. Um, so we're just gonna go ahead and do reviews. Today we're gonna talk about Disney World versus Disneyland in California, and I'm just gonna give you my personal review. Keep in mind, though, I do have an annual pass, okay, with Disney World. So I might have my own differences, my own opinions. But I did go to Disneyland in California, the military salute. Um, so I'm giving you my personal opinion. It could be better. Disneyland, Disney World could be better. So we're gonna find out. I will tell you what I think. So Disneyland, it's in Anaheim, California, with two parks: Original Disneyland and Disney's California Adventure. The Disney World is in Orlando, Florida, and you got Epcot, Hollywood Studios, Magic Kingdom, and Animal Kingdom. So, which one is better um, in regards to location? You have to really look at transportation and which one is most cost effective. Let's just start with the most obvious Disney World. Um, you can get off of Tampa International, but you're not throwing a car. If you go to Orlando International, you got a lot of more options that can take you to a hotel or to your Disney resort. If you have a resort, you can take the Disney Magical Express, which is included in your price of your stay in the resort. You can take a minivan, which is kind of like it's basically Lyft, but ran by Disney. Or you can just take a regular Lyft or Uber, or just rent a car. It doesn't really matter. Um, you can one day just be like, you know what, I'm on a resort hop. You can do that too. When you go to the park, Disney Springs, you can take a bus to the resort and just park hop, which I highly recommend doing for Christmas, which that will be in a later video. Um, Now, another option to get to the parks or to the hotel is the minivan. Like I said, it's kind of like your Lyft rideshare service. It is expensive, and it's usually one way. But I'm gonna try to do another video regarding it, but it is worth it. If you wanna go from let's see, Animal Kingdom Lodge to Disney's Contemporary Resort, instead of taking multiple buses, you can take the minivan, and it takes you straight to there. Also, it's better because it goes into the bus area instead of Lyft or Uber dropping off at the rideshare area. Minivan takes you to the bus. And then it also includes all the gateway hotels that are not Disney Resort. So Spring Hill or Town Place Suites by Marriott and Flamingo Crossings. Minivan takes you there. Now, the other one is the buses for those resorts. You can definitely take a bus that is ran by the resort and it'll take you straight to the park. So that is basically one of the best things with Disney World. There's a lot of options to get there. Now, Disneyland in California, again, you get a lot of options with airports. Los Angeles International, John Wayne Airport, Long Beach Airport, Hollywood Burbank Airport, Ontario International, and San Diego International Airport. Now, the problem with that is they don't have that many options with anything free. You're basically going to have to pay just to get to Disneyland. Um, you might have to take a private shuttle, you might have to take a bus, um, like a city bus, or you're going to have to take a train. I took a rental car, not rental car, excuse me. I took a Lyft rideshare to my hotel from Los Angeles Airport to the hotel that I stayed in, which was Spring Hill Suites. Yeah, Spring Hill Suites. I stayed there going back to Los Angeles from Anaheim, I took Amtrak. Um, but once again, everything is basically you have to pay. Um, there's going to be options that are cheap. There's going to be options not cheap because obviously Los Angeles is a lot farther. Now, John Wayne Airport is a lot closer to the parks. So if you could find something closer, I would recommend it. I just chose Los Angeles because it was more cost effective for me because I use points to fly to Los Angeles. So I choose that option. Um, Now, still, you can do when you get to Disneyland, you can choose to take a bus. And not only that, the resorts are always walking distance to the park. Um, there's a thing called the Anaheim Resort Transportation System, which I chose to purchase, I believe, a 3-4 day pass. Totally worth it. You go to the park from your hotel. They pick you up from the hotel, um, and they drop you off. So it's just basically like when you take a Disney World bus, but you have to pay. But you can go all over Anaheim. Let's say, for example, you go from your hotel, drop you off to your to the park. You can take another bus that'll take you to the outlets, or it can take you to Knott's Berry Farm. So, and it's all day. Get on, get off. It's all day. So it is really it's worth it. I would recommend it if you do go to Disneyland. Um, so between Disney World and Disneyland, I'm gonna give a point to Disney World only because it's cheaper. But like I said, Disneyland, if you choose to do any of that, just take the Anaheim Resort Transportation System when you go to Anaheim, because you're gonna do a lot of sightseeing. But Disney World is gonna be hands down the best one. Next topic is entertainment. Obviously, Disney is known for all of their entertainment. Um, I'm gonna do another. I'm gonna talk about character meet and greets later. But I'm talking about parades, shows, fireworks, water shows, etc. This will get people to stay in the parks still closed. Which park has the best in regards to entertainment? Disney World, every park has at least a show. Magic Kingdom's got Happily Ever After. Hollywood Studios has Fantasmic, and usually during the season they'll have some other fireworks spectaculars. Animal Kingdom has Rivers of Light, and Epcot they currently have is Forever. For now, because they're doing a new show. They got shows at Magic Kingdom. They got shows in Hollywood Studios. They got shows in Animal Kingdom, like Finding Nemo. Epcot, there's not that many shows, but more outdoor shows. Um, Disneyland, they do not have any daytime shows. And when I was there, they didn't have any parades at the time. But they did have World of Color and California Adventure and Mickey's Mixed Magic Show. Um, they also have uh, a show called Frozen Live at the Hyperion Theater, Disney California Adventure. That's kind of like your Broadway style show. Um, so which one is good? I'm gonna go with Disneyland only because I guess because I'm used to all the shows in Disney World. Seeing something new is awesome, and not only that, when I got to see World of Color, I also got to see the Lunar New Year celebration, which you can check out in one of my videos. I had the full show on there. Um, but it was extremely worth it. Um, Disneyland is going to be a point for them just based on the entertainment. Um, and that's basically what I would recommend if you went to Disneyland to see all the shows. The other thing is going to be meet and greets with characters. Um, Personally, for me, I love seeing characters. Um, but which park wins? Which park has everything? I'm gonna choose Disneyland. Give them a point because they got Marvel. Okay, you get to see the Marvel characters. I'm a Marvel geek, so that was a top notch number one thing. Yes, Universal here in Orlando has Marvel characters, but I don't have an annual pass. I've only been there a few times. I'm not a huge fan of Universal. Sorry. Um, and plus Marvel is now owned by Disney. I had to do it. I was able to see Spider-Man, Captain America, Captain Marvel, one of the guards for Black Panther. Unfortunately, I never got to see Black Panther that day. I have one more day on the military salute, so I'm gonna try to get a picture with Black Panther. Be my goal. Besides those, there was a lot of things that were different that you don't normally see in Disney World. Um, I got to meet Mickey and Minnie. It was Lunar New Year, so I got to see him in some Lunar New Year attire. I saw Mickey in his art attire. Goofy had art attire as well. I also met Red, which is basically the red hair pirate, Pirates of the Caribbean ride. I also met Moana. The reason why that's particularly special is because in Disney World, she's only in certain events. Moana, Disneyland, she's a lot. You'll see her a lot. You want to check out the schedule of if the show up here, but you want to see her. Also met Snow White. And the reason why that's special is because in Epcot, she usually goes in like at 3 p.m. when she's outside. Snow White in Disneyland was different. She was there all day. Okay. Um, the normal characters that you see in Disney World, Anna, an Olaf, Chippendale, Tigger, Eeyore, Donald Duck, Cinderella, Ariel, and Minnie in her regular outfit. Uh, Disney World. Um, every park has a theme. Um, let's just do Mickey and Minnie. They got when they were doing their 90th in Magic Kingdom, they had a 90th celebration outfit. Animal Kingdom, they have a safari outfit. Hollywood Studios, they have some sort of Hollywood theme. Epcot, they're usually in their normal attire, but usually that's great. Also, with Disney World, they'll just randomly give you random characters, um, just randomly show up in Epcot. Um, Disneyland didn't have Rafiki or Timon, but they have it in Animal Kingdom. Um, Merida, she's at Disney World. Um, Anastasia and Drizella, Disney World. Um, so who wins? Once again, Disneyland. Only because the rarity of the characters that you see in Disney World, they're at Disneyland. Um, so this topic is short, but it's basically about planning. Which one is easier regarding planning? And I'm really going to go with more of a fast pass versus a max pass. As you know, like I said, annual pass holder. So I can only give you based on my experience. With a Disney World, you can book 60 days in advance. Or, excuse me, 60 days in advance if you do have a Disney resort. If you had annual pass, you got 30 days. Okay, Disneyland, different situation. When you get there, that's when you start booking fast passes, and it's the old ways. So when you get that little paper ticket, what time to return, that's your fast pass. Disney World does not have that. The max passes I'm gonna do a review about those two, but the max passes, um, you can book, but there's more of a time frame. Disney World, you can just basically go on Spaceship Earth and Epcot, and then do one, and then you finish that, and then you can book another one that same time. You have to wait on the max passes, or just a fast pass. But I will explain all that in another video. But Disney World's gonna probably be the number one choice for planning, only because you got more time to plan. Disneyland is just like you're in, it's planned. Disney World, you got time. The next thing is just basically pictures. I have a gold annual pass, so photo pass is included. Um, I also have the max pass. Once again with Disneyland for the military salute, and it also includes photo pass. I'm gonna give the point to Disney World because I can get my money's worth. Uh, it does seem funny, but it's true. Disneyland does not have that many options in regards to pictures. Disneyland, I had to use basically my phone for almost every single picture, characters, experiences, and everything like that. Majority of the pictures are scenic pictures. I was able to get a few with that had photographers with characters, but mostly everything you got to use your phone. Disney World, everywhere you go, there's a photographer. Now, I don't know if that's a purpose, but everywhere you go, there is a photographer. Um, Disney World is definitely worth it. However, if you don't want to get Fast Pass, choose Disneyland because, like I said, everything you do is always going to be by phone. But always keep in mind, though, that you can ask a cast member to take a picture of you on your phone, you and your family with a phone. They will gladly help. But it really depends. If you don't want a fast pass, or if you don't, excuse me, if you don't want a photo pass, Disneyland. If you want the photo pass, Disney World. But that's just me. The other thing is going to be the merchandise, and it's between Disney World and Disneyland's Downtown Disney and Disney World Disney Springs. Um, I'm going to give a point for Disney World's Disney Springs, but I want to talk about Downtown Disneyland and give you some positives and some negatives. Downtown Disneyland, you're about a 5 minute walk to the park. You park normally, and a tram will take you, and then boom, you're already in Downtown Disneyland. There's all the park, the hotels are there too, so it's not that much of a walk to get to the parks. However, Downtown Disneyland is extremely small. Um, I thought I was gonna be there all night when my final night. I was gonna just go party it up, but that didn't happen because it was just too small for me to do anything. Um, but it's if you like small, Disneyland is perfect. With Disney World's Disney Springs, a lot bigger, a whole lot bigger. There's so many sections. There's an entertainment district, which is where Raglan Road is, which is an Irish place, which I love, and I will probably do a review about that later. Um, but there's a lot bigger options. However, the transportation is it's weird. They have garages, so they're fitting more people, but it it's far away from the parks. Um, so if you just say, I'm gonna walk in Disney Springs for a little bit and let me go to the park, you're gonna have to take a bus to one of the Disney resorts just to take another bus to the parks. Unless you take the minivan or if you find a place where the rideshare service is, that's it. So transportation is more of an issue with Disney World, but it's big. You can spend almost your entire day in Disney Springs. Um, so that is the reason why I'm giving Disney World's Disney Springs a point because they have more options compared to Disneyland. And the final thing I do want to point out is the food. I didn't really do that much options. Didn't have that many options with food. There's not that many restaurants that I chose. I did get a beignet at Disneyland, which was really good, but you can get that in at Disney World. You can get a beignet at Port Orleans, but you can get a beignet. It's set. Um, I did have a lot of food though, and it was pretty good, but I can't really give you more of an option, of my opinion. But because I've been to many restaurants here and quick service, so I can't really give that opinion. But if you tell me what you think about food, let me know. So, final thing is my question: what do you guys choose? I'm gonna choose Disney World. I'm giving them the win, only because Disney World there's just a lot more to do. Sure, there are downsides, but I prefer to do something that can last me almost all day compared to 4 hours at Disneyland. Um, that's how I'm going to choose. However, I'm going back to Disneyland. Hopefully, when this virus spread is done, I'm gonna go later in the year for my 30th birthday to see if how Marvel Land is, and I'm gonna go ahead and give that a shot to see how it goes, and then I can give you an updated review, because as soon as I hit Disneyland, I try restaurants. But that's just basically my personal review. If you like it, if you don't like it, if you have any questions, you can help me out since I'm doing this whole new vlogging thing. Let me know so I can improve what I need to do.